Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Sunday here in the land of the living. This is Seva Sundar Singh, also known as Jason, with Ray of Light Tarot. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing well today. I am banging out some personal readings like a champ and a pro. Not that I claim to be either one, but we're banging them out. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. Real quick, some announcements. So this is going to be the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus soulmate reading. So that means that we're giving reading out today for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and there's the soulmate of this person. So if you fall in that category, one or the other, this reading may be of interest to you. If it resonates, then it may be for you. If it doesn't, then it's probably not for you. So no need to get offended. It just wasn't for you because we can't get the reading for every single person who has Taurus in their chart and every single person who is in love with a Taurus, okay? But we do our best to connect to some energies that will give you some real, true, and accurate guidance on your spiritual path and on your in your love life, and just get you a little better understanding of what's happening, especially if you're in a situation where you're in no communication and stuff like that, right? So guys, what's going on? We've got the personal readings available. I do personal readings. I am out about 5 days right now on the recordeds at least. I'm trying to get cut it better than that, but yesterday I had to just stop and took a nap, and then I went out to dinner and drinks with my brother later in the evening, and it was really nice. So and we did an escape room last night. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, for the personals, the information's in the description. Everything else that I offer is in the description as well. The video, they're $20 off right now. Let's see what else, guys. Oh, tonight, Sunday night. Tonight I will be doing the mini reads at about 10 p.m. tonight. So if you want to get on the list for a mini read, you can make your $20 love offering to either, you guys, most of you know how that works. $20 love offering to either the Cash App or the PayPal listed. The Cash App is the preferred method. If you are in the United States, use Cash App, $Ray of Light Tarot, not $Ray of Light. I don't know who that is. $Ray of Light Tarot, and it's a $20 love offering. It'll get you on the list for a mini reading tonight at 10 p.m. Already feeling that eclipse energy. Wow, cool. Hey guys, hey Kira. Yay, me, make it good, tell me everything I want to hear. Okay, we will see, Kira. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on. I'm about to say a quick intention and get this reading out, and then I will try to get one more up today, but like I said, I'm working on lots of personal readings, so the people who book a personal reading would prefer I get on those, so I only do two of these a day max, understandably, okay? Like Justine, she's waiting on to do a personal, so you gotta understand, I've got to get those banged out, guys. These are important. These are just as important. But when somebody's paid for a personal reading, that does take priority. So that's my main goal every day, is to get as many of those done as possible. All right, so one a moment. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors. Thank you, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you for gathering around me and protecting my light and my energy. And thank you for gathering around my loved ones and protecting them as well. Thank you for protecting all who come here with high vibrations and good intentions. And thank you for blocking out and repelling all low vibrations and bad intentioned individuals. All right. I don't think any individual is bad intentioned, but sometimes energies can be. So let's rephrase that. All bad intentioned energies. All right. Offer them. So we're going to start with the soulmate, right? We're going to start with the soulmate of Taurus. So if you're a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, especially Sun and Moon. Especially Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. The Venus, not so much, but we'll see. This could be your soulmate we're describing. So let's see what comes through. Show me the soulmate of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascendant, and Venus. Usually it's the sun, rising, or ascendant that's going to really resonate on mine. Soulmate of Taurus, sun, and rising or ascendant. Guys, thank you for giving the video a thumbs up if you would be so kind. I've only got 3 likes on it. There's like 50 people in here. If you could X out of the chat if you're in the chat long enough just to hit that thumbs up button, it's really helpful to get the video circulating. I appreciate it. Doesn't cost a thing. It's a nice way to help the energies connect because you got to have that exchange of energy here. So if you want the reading to resonate for you, it would help you probably to hit that like button before I get started. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Show me the soulmate, Taurus, for these days. It's a spiritual thing, you know. Energy exchange definitely helps the healing take place. But show us. Thank you. Ooh, the tower. Yikes. The Tower of Terror. The only thing to fear is fear itself. FDR knew what he was talking about, y'all. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, what? The only thing to fear is fear itself. He knew what was up. The only thing to fear is fear itself. All right. You're a Tower Pro now? I feel like I'm a Tower Pro, man. The last couple of years have been crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. Okay, so this is an interesting little set of cards we've got on the board here. Let me see. Give me an overall. I'm not going to pull from the bottom of it. Just give me an overall. Okay, thank you. Well, 2. 4 of Wands, Knight of Swords. So we've got an overriding energy of 4 of Wands and Knight of Swords. Everybody's got a twin flame. Oh, that's funny. 4 of Wands and Knight of Swords. Okay. The Tower, 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Fool, 5 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. That is not funny. That ain't funny. I do not like my spiritual awakening. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Mine wasn't so fun either, but it saved my life. So grateful for sure. You know, at the end of the day, there's gratitude there. And, you know, sure, it's not that big of a deal to die, right? But still, I wouldn't have accomplished all the fun stuff I came to accomplish if I'd have died. Okay, so let's see. With the 4 of Wands and the Knight of Swords as the overriding energy, to me, I feel like what the soulmate, if that's the overriding energy for the second half of July, the soulmate is definitely, your soulmate Taurus is definitely in a place where the truth is important to them. They're really seeking the truth, and it's leading them to that ascension. And this isn't just an ascension portal to me, the 4 of Wands. It is about love, and it is about union, and about 2 people, obviously. You can just look at it and see 2 people having some kind of a victory together, or some kind of a feeling of wholeness together. So it can represent a marriage, it can represent a union, it can represent a lot of things. It depends on if I'm getting an intuitive hit that it's more of a spiritual or energetic thing, or if it's a physical thing. For me, this is about truth. Truth and psychic downloads right now. That's what I'm getting from this. It's not 2 people walking down the aisle. It's not 2 people rushing into each other's arms in romance. No, this is about a psychic download of truth, understanding, clarity. And it's leading to you and this soulmate energetically making some real healing progress. And that happens in the 5D, and then it filters down to the 3D as the universe is able to clear the paths for you to do that. So it's always a good sign to see this card if it's about you and somebody you love, right? It's a good sign. It means you're on the way towards something really good, okay? What I'm seeing it as, though, is as this person is seeking truth in the 3D and the 5D is where it's all coming in, okay? And it's filtering down. I hope that made sense. That sounded kind of weird. So, major arcana right here, the most feared of the major arcana. Some people fear the death card too. Guys, the soulmate is flying out of a tower and with somebody else. They're just like going flying. I hate, this image is awful, especially for those of you who remember or were around for September 11th, 2001. This is a terrible image to see people falling out of a tower that's coming down, right? It's a terrible image. It does not make you feel good. However, this card is not a bad card. This is something that has to happen sometimes in life because we can often, as human beings, go against the flow, push against the flow, and even though we know in our heart something doesn't feel right, our heart is not involved in something, if something is right on paper, or if it's comfortable for us financially, whatever the reason, there are many reasons we can do the wrong thing, but for many wrong reasons, we can build on something with a partner or a person that we're not really meant to be with long term. Shoot, we could fall in love with somebody that really we were just supposed to learn a quick lesson from, right? And this is something that somebody built up that was not really supposed to, that they've been getting signs from the universe for a long time. This wasn't supposed to last, but they've been avoiding it and not flowing with the universe. Maybe both parties have, I don't know, but it doesn't work out when you do that. Eventually something forces it to fall down, because if the relationship is unbalanced, or somebody's giving more than they're taking, or somebody's taking more than they're giving, the universe eventually just doesn't let that stand, because that's against the rules. You're not allowed to love somebody more than you love yourself. You're not allowed to. Those kind of relationships are against the rules. So that's why they're painful. That's why they're unhappy, and eventually they come crashing down because it's just against the rules. So that's what's happening there. And it's actually going to make them very happy. They're going to have a sense of reunion with a lot of friends. They probably haven't spent time with their friends for a long. This person feels like somebody who has not had a lot of friends in recent years. Maybe they've been very isolated by somebody in their life, but they're going to be, having a renewed sense of purpose. It's like a second lease on life. So this is, like I said, not to be feared. Really, not to be feared. This tower, okay. It's kind of something to be embraced. Ten of Pentacles, abundance, guys. The whole package is coming in for this soulmate. We've got the Knight of Swords as an overall energy. We've got the Queen of Swords here. So there's really strong Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. Swords represents the element of air, and the air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So very strong energy of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius in this side. So if your person of significance is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and this resonates, keep watching. So yeah, that's what's going on. He's an Aquarius. Hey, Jess, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Good. I hope you're doing well, Jessica. Jessica, guys, follow Whispers of Grace Healing. That's Jessica at Whispers of Grace Healing. She's an amazing reader. She read for me quite a long time ago before I ever did this myself publicly. I did sort of read for people, but not like this. And she read for me when I was waking up, and she's amazing. Get a reading from Jessica. Don't ask about me. She doesn't tell you about my personal life, because Jessica's a private bitch. Just kidding. I mean, but seriously, don't. The Fool? The Fool is next. The Fool is next. No, you're amazing, Jessica. I showed a reading you did for me a year ago. The very first reading you did for me, I showed that to my twin soul as well recently after my twin soul awakened, and my twin soul said the same thing. Whoa, that's insane how accurate that reading is. Like, it was on point. So, yeah. Like, I had to go back and find it to let that person watch it, and it was like, you were on the money in every single thing. Yes, I know you are very. Jessica she understands confidentiality, guys. If you go to her for help, she will be amazing. So go to her for help. I'm backed up right now anyway, about 5 days. She probably is too. She's really good. But yeah, if you need to get a reading from me, the information is in the description as well. Sorry, I'm back to the reading, guys. Sorry. So the Fool. So Queen of Swords and the Fool. What's interesting here is I feel like they're trying to be in an energy of being very, very strong. Certainly anybody, after you've been through this, it's going to be a little hard to, even if you're already in love with somebody else, which if they're your soulmate, they're coming out of this and they're in love with you. I don't care if you guys have acted on it or not. Hopefully you haven't, because you want to have integrity in a situation like this. I'm not talking about a kiss here and there. I'm saying hopefully you haven't really gone in for this because it wasn't appropriate, right? Or it's not fair, it's not respectful. And I think you haven't. I think you haven't, some of you, and some of you haven't. I'm not judging. I don't care. I'm just saying because of the way this feels, it feels like this person is trying to be very strong. So if they haven't completely opened to you about their feelings for you, they probably are not going to do it right here. They're just getting back to hanging out with friends and feeling happy about life and seeing all that life has to offer again. You know, when you're in a relationship that this has to happen in, you're not usually so connected to your heart space at that point in time. A lot of times that's why a twin soul comes into your life at that inconvenient time. A twin soul or and soulmate, whatever it is, comes into your life at that time when at a very inconvenient time on paper, usually. From what I've heard, read, you know, that's usually how it happens. They come in at a very inconvenient time, but it's actually the best time. It's perfect timing, in fact, because when you're disconnecting from your heart space, I said this to my twin soul before I knew what twin souls were, and my twin soul said this back to me, and I've heard so many people say this exact quote, that the person kind of brought you back to life in a way, right? They bring you back to life just connecting to them and meeting them because you forgot. You forgot. You forget. Oh, that's what it feels like to connect with somebody on a level that is soulful and meaningful and that makes you remember why you're here, that makes you remember why you're here and what you're really supposed to be doing. So you stop wanting to put stuff up your nose. So you stop wanting to overeat. So you stop wanting to stay in bed all day. Oh, that's what it was, right? Okay, so this person's just now connecting to those things again. That's what happened, right? They woke up, but now it's time. Yeah, happy Pride Day, guys. Happy Pride. That now it's time to start expressing that heart space stuff that you helped reawaken in them. That's what the Fool that comes next is. The Fool is that energy, and it's taking a little bit of time here, right? The eclipses can do a lot, especially with twin souls. That eclipse energy is strong, right? That's the link between twin souls and eclipses is very, very real. But it's everybody. It's not just twin souls. It's soulmate. The eclipses just do that. Energetically, they bring things in and they move things out of the way. This Fool energy coming in for this person is strong and it's good though. So if they haven't yet fully expressed to you how much of an impact you had on their life and on their being brought back to life, they're going to. Right? They're going to do it. I still feel that this is not about you guys getting married or like coming into some beautiful 3D union, just because with the Queen of Swords energy coming out here and seeing the focus on what feels to me like friendship, financial stuff, a connection to abundance in general, or a reconnection to that. It doesn't feel like coming out of this is going right into this, right? That just doesn't feel congruent to me. But I think this is more symbolic of the fact that this is leading to this in every way that this card resonates, which is sometimes it really resonates as coming into just a true, loving, happy, balanced, you know, life worth living relationship. And sometimes it's just an energetic representation, which is more important, if not just as important, of you moving through a portal into a new place, leveling up, coming into a new awareness that totally changes your understanding of your reality. Let's see what's going on with you, Taurus, on the other side of this reading. Let's see. Cross watchers, thank you for being here as well. Padma, thank you. Guys, would you please take a moment to give the video a like, or, you know, X out of the chat, hit the like button. It really helps it to get around. And like I was saying earlier, I think that's a nice way to help the reading resonate for you. Give a little exchange of energy and set your intention that this reading will resonate for you if that's why you're watching, which I assume that's why you're watching. Well, because that's what, you know, if you're a Taurus, I don't know, I guess there's just as many cross watchers as anything else, but like, I just assume most people want to know WGH it might be. Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus. Oh, are they? Well, let's see if that's the case for July 16th through 31st. Is Taurus mostly sitting and thinking? Let's see. What's Taurus doing here? You got to understand, guys, this energy we're reading, this time frame I'm reading for right now, July 16th through 31st is right on the heels of the second eclipse. So we've got July 2nd, a solar. July 16th is a lunar, partial lunar, I think. There's two eclipses. The second is right here at the beginning of these 2 weeks. So it's going to be some, even Taurus, if you said they've been, I don't get that feeling about Taurus myself, but if that's the case, that's the case. I'm not an astrologer. I don't think there's going to be a lot of anyone who's just sitting and thinking unless some major stuff just happened and that's the only reaction they are capable of having. Nice. Wow. 2 towers. So Taurus, you got the tower as well. Yep. Wow. What's so interesting, and I do see you thinking a lot, you've got the Nine of Swords. Well, overall energy is the Six of Swords, okay? So the overall energy is to move forward. For me, the Six of Swords is definitely, it's not, it can be moving forward by yourself, but I don't think of the boatman as just being the boatman and then this person with their child or whatever. I do think of this as possibly the boatman and a family or a family. For some reason, that's just the way that I see it. I know that's the boatman. I understand what that depiction is, but for me, it can represent you guys you and your soul person moving into the future, right? Yeah, it does. See what Jessica just said. It really does depend on your entire chart. I mean, to say Taurus this or that, that's why, I mean, you got to call out, it's not just Taurus sun here. We're looking at people who have Taurus anywhere in their chart, basically, but especially in these certain placements that are the most important to me. And, this is moving forward. It's to me, it's not coming into calmer waters out of something awful. I don't think that's what the energy is because the tower's happening here as well, coming in. To me, it's this, there's a willingness here to move forward despite the uncertainty, despite the fears, because there are fears in this card for me too. But despite those fears, and even though you may not be in your heart space all the time, this represents to me someone who's not completely in their heart space. They're sometimes up in that headspace and the fears, but they already understand what they feel and they understand what's happening. And so they're willing to continue to move forward. And in fact, that's a decision they've made that no matter what, they're not going to let the fear bring them into that darkness, okay? They're not going to let it pull them back into that darkness. Nine of Swords, the Moon, the Tower, Three of Wands, Two of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. I definitely like the way this wraps up here, but I'm not sure. I know it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a tough one. I think the moon here is really representing this lunar eclipse that's going to be happening, and it's showing us very clearly that tower moment is related 100% to the eclipse. So there's undoubtedly a tower moment here for you guys, Taurus. I mean, it came through on both sides, right? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. There's no point in trying to avoid it. You can't dodge it, right? The best thing I would do if this was my reading, if I had strong Taurus in my chart and this was me, when I see the Nine of Swords before the Tower, what I would do is I would do my best to shift my vibration into one of optimism, to one of hope. I would do a lot of prayers, affirmations, so that when this tower happens, I'm in my best possible place to receive it and to react to it. Because if you're doing this when the tower happens, it just makes it that much worse, guys, right? It just makes it that much worse. The feelings you have to go through if you're already in this kind of like mental fear-based energy where your anxieties are on high and turned up to a 10, you don't want to be going through this when the tower happens. So really the only thing we have control over in this experience is our own vibration and our reactions and our vibration. I don't know a whole lot else that you have control over. That's it. So when this tower is coming in, try to get out of this energy. If this is resonating and you're somebody who's up at night worrying, you're stressed, you're wanting to communicate something, maybe you need to communicate something. Okay? Or maybe that's what's going to lead to your tower is the communication. I don't know, but this is not a vibration that you want to be in. It doesn't feel good to be in this vibration anyway, so it's not going to help when this comes in if you're already doing this to yourself, because this is somebody doing this to themselves. You don't have to be like this, right? You don't have to feel like this. The moon, major, the tower, major. So these two came out right beside each other. They're definitely connected. There's a lot of secrets. So the good news is there's going to be an awareness coming in, right? I like to read Jessica's comments. That's so true. This is so important, right? Listen, listen, listen. When you go into separation, you're supposed to be in separation. You're supposed to be in separation. Um, you're supposed to be, right? For whatever reason. It may not be about you. It may be about you, or it may be for the other person, right? But when you go into separation, you are supposed to be in separation, undoubtedly. Well, I feel like with this, the moon, it can represent a lot of things, but it's basically the shadows. It's the shadows. It's what's unclear, what's hidden. It's those feelings that aren't being expressed openly. Um, Lies, secrets. It can be a lot of things. For me, it's what's leading you right into this tower, or them, or both of you. Okay, so I just feel like you guys, it's not something to let it stress you, though. You don't have to let it stress you. I know it hurts and I know it's sickening, but how long do we stay in the hurt and the sickening feelings? Trust me, I'm on a twin soul journey. I get it. Like the misunderstandings at times, and the things that come up because of fears are ridiculous, especially when you consider the dichotomy, the fact that and your twin soul knows, especially if there's someone who's awakened to the journey and knows what it is and understands what they're on too, that as much as you can fear certain things about the journey, you also trust and know how safe you are with your twin soul. You trust and feel safer with them than anybody, but at the same time, you can have these fears that come up, but it's irrational, right? At the end of the day, it's irrational. It's because we get into our mind and create false stories. Get out of the fears. Get out of the fears as much as possible. Feel what you've got to feel, but let it go. You've got stuff coming that's going to lead you to some good stuff. I mean, look where you're ending up. 2 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. That's reciprocal love. This is face-to-face reciprocal love, both of you acknowledging something special here and putting the work into it. So if that's what you want, then it's worth going through this, whatever this is. Think of what this tower and these experiences are actually leading to. Okay, no matter what it is, they're leading to good things. It's always leading you to something better. And yeah, you do have this 3 of Wands energy here, which for me is a little bit of waiting. If you don't have to wait a little bit for something to come in, then maybe you're not going to appreciate it as much. I don't know, but there is a waiting period here. Things take time to work out. Something can be, when you manifest something. If your manifestations are coming in strong and you're manifesting, but your relationship hasn't worked out. Number one, the reason is because that involves somebody else's free will. Manifestations about like money, things like that, those are easy. When you try to manifest a relationship, if you're trying to manifest it with a specific person, that doesn't work. Because that's not how that works. You can't control somebody else's free will, and why would you want to? And why would you feel the need to? A relationship is about 2 hearts connecting, and that's it. The manifestation stuff is and look how easy it comes in. If you do it right, because it comes in quick and easily, in aspects where it's you and the universe working together. So when it comes to your soul connection, that's the challenge. There is to learn the opposite of what you do with manifestations. It's the opposite of manifesting. It's having yourself in that beautiful place, right? But it's understanding that this comes down to trust, faith, right? Trust and faith, and you being in a receptive mode, right? That's all you can do. The trust in the universe that this person came into your life for the reason that your heart is telling you they came in. Because if they came in for a lesson, you would hope that you're connected to know that in your heart. If they came in for another reason, so that's what that difference is. That's what the other side of the coin is. But this is coming in as the result of this. I'm sure about that. That resonates for me 100%, that this is going to be the result of this, but don't expect it overnight, okay? And this also feels much more, I'll tell you, the tower feels very 3D. This does too, but it feels like it's slow going in the 3D. It doesn't feel like it's, like I said, this is not 2 lovers running into each other's arms in slow motion. Kira, what did you say? Well, there you go. And see, it's not that you're manipulating his energy at all. You can't do that. And like I said, why would you want to do that? Is my question. What you're doing is you're recognizing where his heart is already your heart. You guys already have the connection, but that you are sometimes blocking him from feeling the desire to come towards you because of your resistance. That's what that means. It's not about manipulating his energy. It's about your own your own energies being balanced and receptive. I think people need to understand that there's nothing you can do to change how someone else feels about you. The feelings, that's not how life works. And I know I certainly wouldn't want to be able to. Yeah, that telepathic connection is interesting. We did an escape room. I was with after I got to the point where I couldn't do anymore. We went to dinner and to an escape room. It was pretty cool. Engagement. Love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, no doubt about that. For some of you, it'll be really probably just like it looks toward the end of July. Chandra, Sangat, what's up? Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That's pretty clear here. Like I said, that person, your soulmate, is coming out as Queen of Swords after the Tower. So I feel like that person, you probably did help have an effect on sort of bringing them back to life if you were their soulmate. But it sometimes isn't going to be expressed fully until, not only their heart is open to expressing it completely, but also that it feels appropriate. And that's certainly after the Tower comes down. So that's, to me, what the deception is, or the false self mask. It's a false self mask if somebody is pretending not to feel what you both know you feel. Anything else for Taurus and their soulmate? What's that? Oh no. I just ripped this card in half. Let your friends help you. Ask for and support help. Ask for and accept support from others. And remember that you attract romantic love by enjoying the moment you are in, this moment, fully. So if you're looking for romantic love, which obviously some of you are, the way that you attract romantic love into your life is by enjoying this moment fully. Be present in the moment, right? Because if you are in Nine of Swords mentality, where you're worrying, you're worrying about the past or something to come. Usually, if you're truly present in the moment that you're in, and you're in a bed, you probably shouldn't be in a complete state of worry. A bed is for sleeping, meditating, other fun things, but it shouldn't involve a lot of worrying, right? So do what you do in the bed. Do what you're supposed to do in the bed, guys. The best advice Seva Sundar Singh has for you today. And that is going to lead you to reconciliation. Do what you do in the bed. All right, guys, I hope you have a nice, happy Sunday. Again, I will be on doing mini reads tonight around 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. $20 love offering if you would like to get on the list. Jessica said, amen, Jason. Do what you do in that bed. Don't be sitting up in that bed with your face in your hands worrying. Just do what you do. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy. Got to work on those readings, those personals. Love you too, Jess. We got to get the software together here so we can actually do personal hit readings and hits together. That's what you and I need to manifest for the next 2 weeks. Bye, guys. Have a good one.